Good afternoon, everyone. Warm welcome to all of you in the first virtual Cybersecurity and Cryptography Conference series organized by National Center of Excellence DACI. SIRI, an acronym for Security Education, Research and Innovation, has been conceptualized to provide a world class platform for academicians, researchers, engineers, industrial participants, and students to showcase their cutting edge research work in the diverse security domain with the global experts. The newly the conference aims to give the visibility to such a high quality research highlighting the challenges in the newly emerging security field. The participants of SIRI would be able to explore latest research, trends, and innovation in cybersecurity, connect and network with the prestigious researchers and the security experts from across the globe, and establish new research collaboration to nurture promising business outcomes. We hope that this conference would bring valuable insights, enriching knowledge experience, and possibility of exploring new research direction. For inaugural ceremony, we have with us esteemed guest Rama Vedashri and Mr. Amit Agarwal. Rama Vedashri is the Chief Executive Officer of DACI. She has rich experience of 30 plus years in industry. She has had long run at NIIT Technology, Microsoft, and General Electric. Her prestigious role includes that of Director in Microsoft Global Services and Vice President G India. Welcome, Rama, to inaugural ceremony of City. Moving ahead, I would like to welcome Mr. Amit Agarwal. Amit Agarwal is the Chief Executive Officer of IT/ITES Sector Skill Council NASSCOM. He is also the co-architect for the IT/ITES Industry Future Skill Program, which aims to reskill, upskill 4 million professionals and students in the new emerging technologies over the next 5 years in partnership with industry, government, and academia. Welcome, Amit, in the inaugural ceremony of SIRI. Now, I would like to begin with inviting Ms. Rama Vedashri to deliver the address.
Thank you, Shravani. First of all, a very warm welcome to my colleague Amit Agarwal and the 300 plus delegates and speakers from academia and industry from different parts of the world and many from India who have joined us at our very first security education research conference where we have chosen to give it an acronym called SERI. And Shravani set the context for SERI very well, and I'll elaborate on it a little more. First of all, to set a context for SERI, it is actually a day before or one day before our annual flagship conference, Annual Information Security Summit. And in the year 2020, we are very proud that it is our 15th edition. As we move into the new decade, we are actually completing 15 years of our Annual Information Security Summit, where the entire industry, academia, user organizations, the CISO community congregate year on year in the month of December. And also today, apart from SERI, we are actually hosting our national Capture the Flag hackathon in partnership with EY, which has also had a very rich participation from not only academic institutions from 30, 40 cities and towns, but also from industry across the country. So we have two big programs today lined up as we call it as day zero of our annual Information Security Summit. Before we move on into the actual SERI conference and inaugurating that along with Amit, just to set a context, NASSCOM for years and its IT industry members have been making India a global hub for cybersecurity, a global hub for digital and IT. While my colleague Amit can proudly say that we are already a global hub for digital from NASSCOM, and they have a charter saying, think digital, think India. We in DSCI and our security industry members, whether it's from the services industry, products, or global corporations, which are based in India, while we are pursuing the same mission to make India a global hub for cybersecurity, in all modesty, we would like to say that we still have a lot of progress to make claim to that we are already a global hub. So while Think India, Think Digital, Think India is the charter of NASSCOM, DSCI is pursuing the same charter as Think Security, Think India, but we need to make a lot of progress to be able to do that. Whenever we talk about making India or establishing India as a global hub for cybersecurity, I think while the services industry, academic institutions, the emerging or the vibrant startups ecosystem that has emerged in India in the last few years, all of it has a lot to show in terms of progress in and from India. There is a lot more that needs to be done in terms of cutting edge R&D, research and development, technology, identifying complex use cases for future strategic interests of India so that we can innovate and build products for India and also take it to the global market. And whenever you look at any of the new emerging technologies and the digitization paradigms that enterprises and governments and states in India are adopting, or worldwide, our customers whom IT industry services are adopting, cyber becomes one of the either an enabler or sometimes a showstopper for adopting some emerging technologies. In which case, the technology development and discovering new problem use cases becomes extremely important. And with this perspective in mind, particularly when we look at a domain like cybersecurity, which is strategic for India's interest, for the economy, and for the industry as a whole, it's important that key stakeholders, whether it is industry, including the startup ecosystem, academic institutions, not only the premier academic institutions, but including whether it is legal, law, management, and the engineering research institutions, and several government research labs in critical infrastructure sectors, including defense, they all come together. So unless they come together, it's extremely difficult to discover those new use cases, do the cutting edge research, develop products, and then take it to the market, either it is for deployment in critical information infrastructures in India or take it to global markets. It is with this regard that for several months and maybe almost for 2 years, Ministry of Electronics, Technology and IT, MeitY as we call it in Government of India, and DSCI team led by Vinayak, we have been having a lot of discussions and deliberations with stakeholders in industry, academia and government. And we conceptualized what is called as the National COE or National Cybersecurity Center of Excellence, which has been established by MeitY in partnership with DSCI. And this COE is actually meant to develop this platform where cutting edge research and deep technology research and product development can happen on a platform which has support of government research labs from various sectors, and of course, from industry and academia. In the last few months, several academic institutions have been collaborating with our NCOE, based on which several deep dive programs have happened, including some call for research papers, which was a precursor to NCOE, which maybe during the day it will be further elaborated on. There was a call for research papers. Several academic researchers and also one or two teams from industry have responded to that, and some of those papers are being presented in NCOE. Apart from that, we've had collaboration with several institutions through which we are able to pursue deep dive track research, whether it is in the area of IoT security, hardware security, cryptography. So we believe the National COE team, Shravani is a member of that, my colleague Vinayak is leading this. We are trying to create this platform where industry innovators, young entrepreneurs, which is from the startup ecosystem, and deep dive researchers from the academic institutions can actually collaborate and strategize on what are future strategic interests of India for cyber resilience and cyber preparedness, and can we innovate, can we solve hitherto unsolved use cases, do that in research, and then innovate and build products, and most importantly, commercialize those products, file for those patents, and get those patent grants so that India truly can lay a claim that we are an innovation hub for cybersecurity. Are we there? No, we still have a lot to do. And I think we are making good progress on that. A conference like CERI, hosted by an industry body and a policy think tank like DSCI, attracting such eminent professors to this one-day conference, and the spread of academic institutions and senior professors and researchers who are speaking here, either from IIT Jodhpur, IIT Bhilai, IIT Mumbai, IIT Delhi, Indian Institute of, Statistical Institute. I also see from Rochester Institute of Technology, New York, IIT Kanpur, University of Texas, Dallas, University of Newcastle, Indian Institute of Science, Kanpur, all of these. It is a testimony to the fact that academia is also having keen interest in pursuing their R&D charter, research charter, and how can their research lead to development of products where industry, whether it's a large industry or the startup ecosystem, plays a very important role. And why SERI? Why not just a technology conference around products and around R&D? SERI is extremely important because to be able to pursue our R&D mission and product development aspirations in some of the new emerging technologies, whether it is in blockchain, whether it's in IoT, 5G, some critical information infrastructure sectors like oil and gas, energy, whether it's defense, it's important that educational research institutions and that research mindset pursuing more PhD programs, encouraging more engineers to get into MTech cyber, or encouraging more MTechs to pursue an R&D career roadmap in PhD, and get hooked on to the innovation and product development roadmap, from which hopefully several other young startups will come up. The NCOE, which is hosting this SERI conference, is also providing a platform to incubate deep tech startups. There is an opportunity for academic researchers to come on board the NCOE platform and the programs. We have seen several of them support us when we did a series of 10 or 11 cryptography series of every week. There was a session around cryptography. Several professors from academia and, of course, industry and startups participated in that. There is also an opportunity for large user organizations, whether it is from the defense vertical, oil and gas, whether it's maybe manufacturing, where user organizations can come up with a use case and collaborate either with an academic researcher or with a startup to be able to develop, brainstorm, deliberate, and finally find a solution and hopefully develop a product. So you will hear many of such programs. SERI is one of them. The Crypt Innovation Week, or multiple weeks that we did those sessions, is one big ticket program. The call for research papers itself is a first time initiative that DSCI has done thanks to the SERI conference and NCOE, where I understand 11 papers were shortlisted by an eminent panel, and some of them are getting an opportunity to present. I urge all my industry colleagues, whether it is from the startup ecosystem or large industry members, to pay attention to the kind of research academia has done, because in cybersecurity, particularly, academic institutions worldwide, whether it is in the US or in Australia or UK or in Hague, we see academic institutions leading the wave of R&D, and then that's when the industry ecosystem rides on that, picks up those research ideas, and figures out a way to innovate a product and commercialize it and take it to not only within their own geographies, but the global world. So you'll hear a lot more about NCOE. We believe while SERI is the first edition this year in 2020, with the kind of encouragement we got from subject matter experts and researchers, particularly from academia, several government research labs who usually probably don't come out into public forums. And of course, my colleagues from the industry, several researchers who have come on board on this conference, we are extremely encouraged to look at it like an annual conference and make it even larger, so that deep dive. This year, while Shravani is leading this conference and the agenda building, it has had a little more cryptology focus. But as we move on, I'm sure every SERI conference will pick up themes based on feedback from our industry members, government and academia. And it might be on some other new cutting edge research area. Maybe we'll go even deep dive in crypto, or we might pick up some other new area for every year. Every year there would be a technology focus. This is a purely technology oriented conference, but focused around the research community. And I hope conferences like this will encourage more researchers to come and share their insights and knowledge in a public forum so that the wider community benefits. Thank you, Shravani, and now I hand it over back.
Thank you so much, Rama, for a beautiful address. So I would like to now invite Mr. Amit Agarwal to deliver his address. Over to you, Amit.
Sure. Thank you, Shravani. Thank you, Rama, for having me here. And I wish you all a really meaningful and good conference. I wanted to share a few thoughts with you on behalf of the industry and really on what our aspiration is for technology and how we believe cybersecurity is right in the center of that aspiration for our country. COVID has obviously had a big impact, and I think we're all, we're seeing it every day, all of us. The interesting thing from a technology perspective is that many of the technology businesses and opportunities, as you can see from this, have increased manifold. And the tech industry, and there have been many quotes on this, that we have had 2 or 3 years of disruption or technology disruption happening in the space of 3 or 4 months, or a decade of change has happened in a time of 4 or 5 months. And this is playing out in many, many ways. So we've taken a shot at looking at what it will mean to succeed in this new world. And we at NASSCOM and the industry have always believed that it's up to us to sort of create what's going to happen in the future. Once all of us get together, we can get a lot accomplished. So this is one big piece that I wanted to just highlight, is that in this whole VUCA hyper digital, largely contactless world, it leads at an individual and business level to more uncertainty and more fear. And security really becomes a key concern. Right? Given that security is a key concern, what are the 3 or 4 big things that we believe will help companies, individuals, institutes differentiate in this new world? The first one is trust. More and more we see it across the world, whether it is with government, whether it is with industry, whether it is consumers. The whole discussion of trust has suddenly got elevated to the next level. And certainly wherever enterprise is concerned, cybersecurity is at the core of trust. If that breaks down, right, it's very difficult to build trust back up. So one of the biggest pieces in terms of how enterprises at least have to differentiate themselves, right at the core at a necessary condition level, is to build very, very strong cybersecurity. The second big differential really is the ability to identify opportunities with a strong tailwind. And we all heard Rama and the things she had to say in terms of what's been happening over the last few years. It is clear that in India, there is a lot of effort and momentum that is getting built in the area of cybersecurity. And I think our work is now cut out for the next 2 or 3 years to build on this. And this will really enable us to accelerate anything that we want to accomplish. And the third one that I want to highlight, and there were just 3, is really this, that businesses ultimately will go where talent is. We had a unique opportunity in the 90s and 2000s to build an industry that is now 4.13 million people, right? Of this 4.3 million people, about 1.6 or 1.7 million people have already been skilled in the new emerging technologies. The largest is in web and mobile, as we can imagine, the second in cloud. Between the 2 of them, it's more than 1 million people. And then we have data science, IoT, and cybersecurity. So I think as we look at the next 1.5, 2 million people getting skilled, there is a big opportunity for us to really create India as a hub for cybersecurity talent. There are more than 100 institutes, I think, that already have either bachelor's or master's levels courses in cybersecurity. Most of our system integrator companies are setting up large practices in cybersecurity. There's a lot of new startups, right, and developed startups in the area of cyber. Almost every professional in the IT industry today, even though they may not follow a career in cybersecurity, would need to, as part of their job, right, build certain skills in cybersecurity. So DevSecOps has become almost a new norm for any programming professional. So it's really a unique opportunity for us. Over the next few years, the world is going to continue to accelerate on digital. It's clear. In that acceleration of digital, trust is going to become even more important. On the basis of trust, it will become important for almost every company to build a very strong cybersecurity backbone. I think that's true of nations as well, but I won't go there. And in that whole drive for enterprises to build very strong cybersecurity, it will become critical to find talent. And that talent actually can rest in India. So my hope for all of us is between industry and academia, as we start to collaborate, we find a way for us to make India the global hub for cybersecurity talent. Thank you very much and all the best for a great meeting.
Thank you. It was indeed a great talk. So we will move on to our next part of the event, and it's a, I mean, most awaited. We can say that it's a report launch. So may I request Rama, ma'am, and Amit to unveil the report on the cybersecurity skill, data-led ground-up insight into cybersecurity skill demand and supply in India using NLP and AI/ML technique, developed by DACI and NASSCOM Future Skill. Let's give huge round of applause.
Amit.
Yeah, Amit, you are on mute.
Here we go.
Okay.
So essentially, this report is trying to project the demand and supply scenarios and which are the big destinations where cyber skills and what kind of skills demand is existing, and where are those cities where actually colleges and engineering colleges are focusing on cyber. I think my colleague Vinayak in one of his sessions is going to elaborate on the insights, and very soon the report will also be available for all of you all.
I will just
so
add
much.
one more thing on this. You know, mostly in the country, we have tended to have aggregate data on demand and supply on most of the research that we do. And this actually is one attempt, and it's a start of an attempt to actually get very granular on which specific colleges and universities may have programs, which specific companies might actually have roles. And we are hoping over the next year or so, this whole initiative will develop a little further so that there is better ability to match talent that is coming out with talent that is required in the ecosystem. So I wish the team that's working on this all the best, and I hope that the talent matching algorithm builds better.
Oh yeah, great, Amit. So thank you so much, Rama and Amit, for your valuable time for this inaugural function. We will move on to the next session in a very few seconds. So transition may take some time. So thank you so much for joining.
Thank you. Bye bye.